This is example 1 for the feature patterns lesson. A starting point file is required. To begin this example, I've started by opening my starting point file, and I've gone ahead and saved it in my own personal working directory. Now once I've done that, I can begin creating my feature patterns. Feature patterns are found on the Features tab under the Linear Pattern drop-down. If you select that, you'll see a complete list of feature patterns. Now the first type of feature pattern we'd like to do is a circular pattern. So we can go ahead and select circular pattern and then rotate around, and we'll see this slot on the side of the boss. And we'd like to create 6 of those around the boss. Now the first thing we have to do is select the axis that we'd like to pattern that feature around. To see our axes, we'll just have to select Hide Show Items and Show Temporary Axes. Now we'll see we have a small dotted blue line at the center of every arc in our geometry. With earlier versions of SOLIDWORKS, you physically had to select that axis. But now with the latest versions of SOLIDWORKS, you can actually simply select an arced surface, and SOLIDWORKS knows that there is an axis in the center. So I've gone ahead and selected my arced surface, and then we need to select the features we'd like to pattern. Again, I can simply select them in the graphics area, or I could have selected the plus sign beside our feature tree here and selected the features from the feature tree. Now that we've got our 2 separate features selected, we can enter the number we'd like to pattern. You can also see you have the option to select or unselect equal spacing. If equal spacing is unselected, you're defining the angle between each instance. Whereas when we select equal spacing, the angle is determined by the total angle divided by the number of instances. However, we've finished all of our selections, so we can go ahead and select OK. And now we can see that we've created a nice pattern of both those features. On our feature tree, we'll also see a circular pattern feature. The next pattern feature we want to use is the mirrored feature. So to use this feature, again, we'll select the drop-down below Linear Pattern and select Mirror. This time we need to select a plane or a face to mirror about, so I'm simply going to select the face on the end of this feature. And next we need to select the features to mirror. However, in our case, we're going to select bodies to mirror because we want to mirror this whole chunk. So rather than having to select each one of those individual features, I'll select bodies and then simply select that whole chunk. And once we've done that, we can see we have a preview of our new part, and that's exactly what we want, so I can go ahead and select OK. And now, with those 2 pattern features, we've done an excellent job of producing the part that we want. I hope that these new features will be a help to you. And that concludes this example.